This episode may contain loose forms of nudity, caveman, growling aggressively, and words not meant for the ears of young children. Viewer discretion is advised. This is a production of the Must See TV Broadcast Network. Like, share, and come along for the ride. Join the tribe. And if you're watching us right now on YouTube, then you already know what to do, don't you? Smash that subscribe button. The caveman won't bite, not really. And if you are ready, and if the caveman is ready, then let's kick this show off. Growl, growl.
Caveman's call echoes through the stream. Click that button, join the dream. 45 days, we're live on cue. Reviewing the wild, the weird, the new. Must see TV, it's a vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call. After shows where stories unfold. Hidden gems and secrets told. Crew's got jokes and little flair. Once you're here, you're staying there. Must see TV, it's the vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call. From caveman grunts to streaming gold. New adventure, stories bold. Every moment, every beat. Grab your spot. Front row seat. Must see TV, it's the vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call. Must see TV, it's the vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call.
By the dark of the night, where the shadows lean low, a fire flickers softly, its embers aglow. The caveman waits in the circle of flame, eyes like the ocean, hands carved by the same. Oh, the glow of the moon, it whispers, it sighs. The past is alive in the star-painted skies. Tell us the tales of the old, of the wild. Sing us the songs of the earth's first child. By the fire, by the flame, let the echoes consume. Story time by the dark of the night, by the glow of the moon.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new episode of Storytime. It's a story time, Pebbles. Pebbles is here. Say hello, Pebbles.
Hi.
Hi. Hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. I just like that. I just, hey. You know what? I was just playing Pokemon the other day, and there's this really cute Pokemon, Flabebe.
Oh.
And it's a fairy on a
Okay.
flower, and he's bouncing around.
I was gonna
and it's
say
like this, and I'm like, hi.
I was gonna say my spirit Pokemon is actually a Gibble. Thank you very much.
I like Flabebe because Flabebe it sounds so.
Flabebe.
Flabebe. Hi. What's up, girlfriend?
What's up, Flabebe?
What's up, Flabebe? Hi. Anyway, we pick up right where we last left off. We rewind to picking up her 2 duffel bags, sighing heavily, walking in the door, and then we cut to inside as the door closes. So she makes sure the door is closed, locks it. She goes upstairs, opens Naruto's bedroom door, and he's still sleeping. She puts down the other 2 duffel bags, and she kneels by him. She looks at the chakra pin still in his back and says, good. An hour 50 still left. So she goes downstairs, she closes the door, goes downstairs, and makes herself some tea because it has been a hell of a morning. I think you can agree, Pepples, for her. So many things happened. All the things happened. So she makes some tea. She gets a teacup out and sits it down. We hear the hiss of the tea kettle as it's just warming out and giving off steam. She pours herself some tea, and she sits down at the table. It's quiet. It's really quiet. She sips it once. She's sitting down. She's sitting down, by herself time. Right, Pebbles? We all need that. By herself time, right?
Oh, I love my alone time.
Right? She sits down. She's drinking her tea. She's looking up, and she sees a flash of blue. And energy starts to spike around the house, and all we hear is Naruto going, Rasengan! And she goes, oh no. So she puts her tea down, she goes up, she enters the door, and Naruto's there sleeping away as a Rasengan is forming in his hands. And he's snoring, by the way. So just adding to what Ino is seeing. And she goes down, she rushes to his side as the Rasengan is there, and she puts her hands over his and puts her chakra into his, trying to mute the chakra Rasengan. It doesn't work for a couple seconds, and then after a couple more seconds, it poofs out of existence. And then she gets up, she leans on a wall, and she goes, all right, okay. New rule, you are not to be left alone sleeping. So she goes downstairs, and she comes back up a couple of minutes later. She shuts the door behind her. She has the tea kettle in her hand and the teacup. And she sees a chair, and she puts it right next to Naruto, I guess, their dresser now. So she sits down, she puts everything down, and she watches him. She sips once, nothing happens. She sips, she closes her eyes and sips again, and wind starts to whip around her hair. A light wind. And, we see things flying around, and all we hear is, wind style, Rasen shirt gun, and her eyes go so very wide. And we can see the Windstyle Rasen Shuriken forming in his hand. The wind, the sharping wind, that chakra hum, almost invading the quiet. And she goes, oh no. She almost slams down the cup. She goes, oh no, you don't. And sits down. And kneels down beside him. And she puts, again, her hand over his hand. And she's squirming to put her chakra in. Nothing's happening. It's just getting worse. It's almost complete now. And all of a sudden, it just poofs out of existence. And we hear a sigh. She gets up. And she starts pacing. She starts coming undone a little bit. She goes, okay, all right, okay. So not only you can perform jutsu in your sleep, but apparently you can perform forbidden jutsu in your sleep. Okay. That's fine. It's okay. Okay, I can. I'm totally cool. Totally. You got this. So all we need is to find a way to put a ceiling mark on you for when you sleep. So, okay. All right. That's totally easy, right? That's totally easy. All we need to find is a legendary Sanin, get him, and say, hey, would you mind coming back to my place and helping me stop my lover from trying to blow things up in his sleep? And for those of you that think that was a mistake, that lover line, it wasn't. Because that's kind of what she is, right? It will be revealed through the movie. So it's not just to let you guys know, it's not by accident, that line. So after she does that, she dive bombs for one of the new duffel bags. She unzips it, and she rifles through it. All the new things she has. She has ointments. She has medical things. Chakra pins, new chakra pins. And she's freaking out because it's not easy to do. It's not easy. It's what she said is incredibly hard. All we need to find is a legendary Sanin. Like, those are plentiful. And as she's freaking out, a small scroll pops out of the bag. A small scroll. And she picks it up. And she cracks it. And she reads it out loud. Thought you may need this. Kakashi Hatatake. And she closes her eyes, looks up in the sky, and says, Kakashi-sensei, you are my white whale. So, she doesn't know where the scroll came from? Doesn't matter? No? So she gets her kits out, and she goes down, kneels down to Naruto, and as she's getting her brushes and all that kind of stuff out, as she's performing the seal, drawing it out, she goes, I want a back rub. I want my hair scrubbed in the shower. You're going to give me a foot massage and a nice warm back rub. That is what you're going to do, Naruto. So she's, if you just picture it, it's like, I want a back rub. You're gonna. So, as she's doing it, as she's drawing it, and as the seal is being placed, we can see the chakra lines just like absorbing the skin, absorbing the seal. She sees a red and black mark where the wind style Rasen Shogun was performed. The same hand. And the mark is going up his skin. And she thinks back. And this is where Canon's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting. Because in Canon, this is a forbidden jutsu. And he's not supposed to be performing this jutsu. Because the wind style Rasen Shogun is very dangerous. Because eventually it can sever the chakra lines in the body. But she doesn't need to... We don't need to say that. She knows what she is. This is. The first time he performed it, she watched it. So she doesn't need any exposition. So she goes she goes in the brush, her kit again, and she does the repair. She's like, oh, no, you don't, Naruto. So she performs... she gets some wraps and all that kind of stuff. And then she gets some more chakra pins. She plucks the chakra pins from his back. And she puts new chakra pins on his back. And she goes, there. 45 more minutes. That's your punishment. And she gets up after doing all that work, and she goes back. She sits down. The tea is lukewarm at this point, and she takes a sip, a big, long sip. Before she does that, obviously, she puts everything back. She sits down. She takes her tea. It's lukewarm now, like I said. She takes one sip. Nothing. 2 sips, nothing. 3 sips, nothing. And she thinks, hey, she takes the 4th sip. And then we hear, in the black of the night, as she reaches for him, quietly in the dark, he struggles against her bare skin. Ito looks beside her, and there is Kakashi Sensei. Just sitting there, like, what? Just out of the blackness, he's there. He has a chair with him, he sits down, and he drinks his coffee. And as Kakashi's reading that passage, Ino's, like, looking at him. He sits down as she's reading, sipping his coffee. Kakashi Sensei, how the hell? Looks behind her. The door's... And he goes... ninja. Remember? Shinobi with the hidden leaf? Copy ninja? And she just sighs. And says, did you know he could do that? And he sips his coffee, reads his book, doesn't read another page out loud. He goes, what did you say, Ino? Oh, yeah. After the Goro mission, I was pretty banged up. I promised I would train him. I did something similar. Almost destroyed the hospital. Didn't know he could do that either. Why didn't you say anything? It's funnier this way. He's just like a... So, she says, how did you put that scroll in my bag? And he reads. It's not saying anything, and he's sipping his coffee. What did you say, you know? Oh, when you were talking to Lee, I slipped it in. And she just not. She just shrugs. She just goes like, just because of course he did, right? He's a ninja. Of course he did. And just says, Kakashi Sensei, can I help you with anything? she's almost completely done with his bullshit. Like, if possible, like her face needs to be like, I don't care if you're Shinobi. I don't care if you're the copy ninja. I will kill you. Right? I would love that to happen. Like, just go from annoyance to rage, like, in a second. Right? So she puts her tea down, and he goes, oh, yes. I got rid of Lee for you. Lee and Guy Sensei is fighting. Something about the passion of the flames of youth. When I left them, they were crying and fighting at the same time. And he flips open something. He goes, oh, here's a. He goes, oh. And Kakashi Sensei says, as their bodies touched in the blackness of night, he trembled against her. And then he stopped. And he goes, interesting. Isn't that interesting, you know? That's very poetic, I think. It's almost like art mimicking life. But, so as that line ends, right? As, like, he can't finish the line, right? Because this is Book of Smut. Right? It's a book that he always carries around with him. The perspective changes. The perspective changes. We have now a front angle, right? We're in the front of the bedroom now. So the perspective is Naruto's bed is in the middle. Kakashi Sensei is on one end. Ino is at the other end. Right? So it's just this quiet moment of two people watching over Naruto, right? The scene is called Sleeping Sentinels, right? Now, if you noticed in this film, I've had Kakashi Sensei on a rooftop, acknowledging from afar, right? So if you guys notice that, it may have looked like comedy, like, oh, looks like she found the ramen and all that kind of stuff. On the surface, that's what it appears. But when we dive deeper into who Kakashi Sensei is, he is a lot like Naruto in a way. He doesn't come out with how he feels. He acts, right? And what he's doing for his new godson, he's doing what he can do. What his body is allowing him to do. Watch over him like a sentinel. That's why in the film early on, I had Kakashi in all these areas watching over Naruto. He is watching each one of these characters, right? Ino, Kakashi Sensei, Rock Lee is caring for Naruto in their own way. So if we really think about it, Kakashi Sensei watching his new godson from afar. Right? Rock Lee showing up for Naruto the way he can. Right? In glorious devotion. Right? If you really think about it, that's how all these characters are acting. Right? And it's really Ino, the one who is in the middle of this, making all of this go forward. So that's why the scene is so important. We're not saying it directly, but this is what we're implying, right? That's why I've had Kakashi Sensei placed in particular positions in this film. It wasn't for comedy. It was comedy on the surface, but underneath, it was him watching out for Naruto the only way he can for his godson.
It's the underlying compassion,
Yeah,
right?
right. Because Kakashi Sensei doesn't. He's like Naruto. He cannot say what he's feeling, right?
Oh, God,
That's
no.
not who he is. But what he can do is he can be a sentinel for his new godson. And that's exactly what the scene is projecting without saying anything.
It projects it in a very like loving, humorous way
Yeah.
of the strong and quiet protector,
Yeah.
as opposed to, oh hey, I'm the protector. Ah, look at me. It's like no, it's his guardian angel.
And
so to
also, and also, it's sticking to the film of action, right? Because Naruto, he doesn't understand that kind of love. If
No.
somebody sits down and say, I love you like this. I mean, think about this film, that what Ino has done, right? She's never teased him once in this film. And she's not going to be teasing him in this film because he doesn't need that, right? It's all about acting, meeting him on his level, right? And that's what this, for Kakashi, more so Ino, this is what the scene is kind of doing here. So as the scene is being projected, we switch back to normal perspectives, and Ino just watches him, and she goes, "That's great, Kakashi Sensei. That's really awesome. That's like I'm so relieved to hear that. But other than that, Kakashi, I would do, I would like nothing more than to serve you more. So how can I help you?" And Kakashi Sensei sipping his coffee and flipping over a page. As their bodies come, okay, I got it. As their bodies come closer, in breath, in silence, in touch, he trembles throughout her warm embrace of body and skin. He sips his coffee, goes, "What was that, What did you say?" And Ino's just like, goes, "Okay, all right." So he closes his book. "All right, I'm out of here. Very well. I won't be too far if you need me." And with that, Kakashi Sensei, like a thief in the night, fades out of existence. And Ino just takes a breath, sips her tea once more, and that's when we're going to close the scene. So, how did you like it?
Pebbles?
Pebbles, yeah. Pebbles.
I actually found it quite funny.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, I take notes back here. Ha ha ha. I am not the all-knowing being. But no, I really liked it, and I thought it was quite funny and comical. It's one of those compassionate, lighthearted moments.
Yeah.
Where it's like one of those things you'd consider.
He's just a troll.
Yeah.
He's just a troll.
It's one of those things you'd consider like a filler episode, although it deeply does affect the plot, because you see for the first time very evidently that although Kakashi really enjoys watching the world burn from afar,
Yeah.
he really gets a laugh out of certain things, like helping
like
Inu.
he's just
Inu's misery and how
like-
she's disrupted every time she just wants a piece. Let the girl drink her tea.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like each passage, it mirrors what Ino did for Naruto that night.
Oh,
So
exactly.
she knows that, and the worst part of it, she knows, and he's probably looking for passages that mirrors the events last night, and that's what makes it more.
Yeah.
Kakashi Sensei, you're right. He does, but he loves needling people.
Yeah,
That's what he loves to do. Like, we're watching the world burn. That's not exactly his thing, but he likes to like needle people, right? He likes to sow chaos, right? And he likes to he knows that she can't do anything about it. That's what makes this scene so great. He's like reading his smut, right? And she can't do anything about it.
He's
like,
just chilling.
How did you get this scroll in my bag? Just read another like dirty passage. Oh, I slipped it in when you were talking to Lee outside. Because of course he did. I said, how did you get in here?
Through the window.
No, he faded into existence. Because of course he did. He's Kakashi Sensei. Right? That gag of her sipping the tea and then something goes wrong. I could not, like, when I wrote it, I'm like, oh, this is great. And just, like, throwing canon in there because he has done this in the past. Like, he has slept and he has performed jutsu in his sleep. I thought it was a neat little callback to canon.
Yeah, I found that really funny.
Yeah.
It's like every time she tries to sit peacefully, it's like, Jitsu? Okay,
Yeah.
Forbidden Jitsu.
Yeah.
What next?
Like,
what next?
the-
Kakashi?
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Stop. So, yeah. All right, guys. That will do it for another episode of Storytime Naruto. And next, we're gonna progress the plot again. It's gonna be really, really good. And until Thursday, when we come right back for encore. Episode 6, I think, right? No, episode 6 of Resident Alien, the Penguin, Dune Prophecies. I have to admit, last episode, I had really fun, and I think there's some promise, right? I mean, her Benny Gesserit showing up at the end, I think that was really clever. But there's still some things that just drive me absolutely bonkers with this show. But we will see. So until then, guys, take care, be safe, be well, and we love you all! 50,000 plus, and may the Force be with you. Pebbles, take me home. Bye, guys.